Hello everyone and welcome back to Gavra Racing. We're here for the F2 League, the Christmas Cup, the first F1 stream of 2021. You're joined by myself, ex-Natty G, for this one, and not a familiar face, but a new person in the commentary box. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello there, Play Dutch here.
And yeah, you know Dutchy from the Super League and GT Sport League, champions in both leagues. So it's good to see that you've now retired and joined me in the commentary box. But yeah, we've got a 30-minute qualifying, two 50% race, a feature race and a sprint race, similar to the normal F2 layout. And hopefully it should provide some good racing. Mexico, obviously we know it's one of my favourite tracks, should provide a good race for us here, as Dan Schneider has set a provisional pole time of 1 minute 26.5 on the soft tyres. And do you know what a good pole time is going to be around here? Because I have absolutely no idea.
Well, I've heard like 24s. Oh, that must be in time trial. I have no idea. I've been on the game for a couple of weeks.
So yeah, maybe a time 24s, 25s. We've got Dan Schneider with a mid 26 on the soft tyres, and obviously with the F2 cars they'll have in the super soft tyres. Dan Schneider going into a spin on the exit of turn 6. That's unfortunate for him. His teammate Jetsy is behind him in the qualifying standings at the minute, 1 minute 27.3. Obviously the times are going to get quicker as the track evolves over time. So we should be seeing some quicker times as the session goes on. But a lot of people opting for the soft tyres in this qualifying session. We do have a 50% race. I can't remember how many laps exactly, but yeah, only 2 people opting for the super soft tyres. Super Clean Racer and... okay, how do I pronounce this? A6? I'm just going to go with a 6.
Yeah.
But... yeah, I was just going to say, a few familiar faces here tonight. Dan Schneider, Jetsy, Bon Evil, Wiggly Style, Toussaint, Pope, DBD, Tiger Assassin,
second.
Piero, and yeah, Toussaint does go up into second. His teammate in 6th at the minute. But yeah, a few new drivers here as well, which is always good to see. Hopefully we might see some of them in the leagues, which are going to be starting up at the start of February, the main F1 leagues besides this F2 league.
I see Tiger and Toussaint do the slipstream drive.
Yeah, the
Sneaky.
got some few teammates, the Campos Racing team, Toussaint and Tiger, but using slipstream, which is going to be very effective, especially down the start-finish straight. And through turn 3, Tiger getting a little bit too excited on the throttle, going into almost a half spin, but was able to keep it well. Currently in 6th place. Which is last out of the people who have set a time at the minute. Still got quite a few people yet to set a lap. Some people might be getting invalid laps with the track limits, as it's definitely very easy to misjudge the middle set, to go a little bit wide and get your lap time invalid. On board with Pope now, you can just see the difference between the F1 and the F2 cars, taking it a lot slower than you normally would in the F1 cars. Sets the fastest middle sector of anyone, so this could be a good lap from Pope as he's approaching the middle sector now in the in the Dams team, sorry. Just through the stadium section now, through the final corner on the soft compound tyres. What's it going to be for Pope? I think Jetsy just went faster, but Pope tucks in behind Jetsy, just goes ahead of Dan Schneider. 1 minute 26.5, but Jetsy, the provisional pole laps, 1 minute 26.4 at the minute. Let's have a look and see if anyone else is on the lap. Dan Schneider setting the fastest first sector of anyone. A little bit of a lock up though, down in towards turn 4 and 5, as hooks up both apexes nicely. This is the 3rd lap on those soft tyres, so might struggle a little bit for grip, but it might not cost him too much time, as the game has said he's gone fastest in the first sector. I don't know how much of that we can trust though.
I wonder if you're going to see the super soft.
Yeah, not many people setting a lap on the super softs at the minute. We do have a 30-minute quali because for some reason a short quali session is 30 minutes in F2. I'm not quite sure why it's not 18 minutes or 15 or whatever. But yeah, these cars definitely aren't that slow that you need an extra 12 minutes in quali. But it does mean these guys can get more laps in and have more chances of improving their time. So yeah, we'll just have to wait and see who can set the fastest time. We do have 20 minutes left, so...
I think you have missed a moment that Ted made contact with Wiggly and he had a 5-place grid penalty.
So, is that Ted with a 5-place penalty?
Yep.
Yeah, okay, so Ted picking up a 5-place grid penalty then. Will obviously move him back 5 places from his qualifying position. Unfortunate for him. But just going to quickly ask, how's the stream quality? Because on the weekend it was horrendous. I think it's okay at the minute. Hopefully it stays like that for the duration of the race.
I'm going to have a quick look. That's okay for so far.
Cool, so far so good. Super Clean Racers just joined the lobby, having a few internet issues it seems. And we've got a few more people who have selected the super soft tyres. We've got Two Saint and Tiger who have put them on in the garage, still in the pits at the minute. GT Racer GT is just come out the pits on a set of super soft tyres. Someone's going towards turn 1. I think that's Pierre. No, couldn't find who was going towards turn. Oh no, it's Ted. Sorry. He is on an out lap at the minute. Who is on a lap near to the end? Endy's in the pits. I think it's SDF. SDF's on a lap in the stadium section at the minute in the Prima, not the Prima Racing team. I've completely forgotten what it's called. Goes into 6th at the minute. I just called it BWT for now. And
the pink cars.
The pink car, yeah, the pink Racing Point. But yeah, goes into 6th. His teammates down in 8th place at the minute in the pits on the soft tyres. Yeah, the top 9 all on the soft tyres. We've got A6, I think that's how it's set. The top 10 to go out on a fresh set of super softs. Maybe just trying to save them save the super soft tyres for the end of the session. They do have 30 minutes to set a lap, so I think they only have 4 sets of tyres. So
Tiger started the lap on the supers.
Yeah, he's on the super softs now at the minute, starting his flying lap, currently in 9th place. In towards turn 1. Takes a bit of curb in turn 2, but that shouldn't cost him too much time in the run down towards turn 4. Opens up the DRS. He's got a little bit of traffic up in front, but hopefully they get out the way nicely. It's DBD up in front. He's currently in 11th. Does pull out of the way nicely over the left hand side of the track and gets on the power a bit too early in this round turn 5, sorry, and is just waiting for everyone to drive past before rejoining the track safely, but hugely unfortunate for him.
It's the same corner that happened.
Yeah, a lot of drivers seem to be struggling at turn 5, getting on the power just a little bit early. I think Dan Schneider had a similar issue, or a similar spin. But just gonna have a quick look in the chat. Hello Aston, Woody, Rick Holt, Alex Star, Cryptech as well. And here's Two Saint starting his lap, your first Premier and GT Sport champion, starting his second lap but his first lap on the super lock up in towards turn 1, that will cost him a little bit of time on his lap. Someone's gone on, Bez has opted for the wet tyres, still in the pits though. Don't think it's time for the wets at the minute.
Funny choice.
But Toussaint is up on his time, but only by 200ths. Doesn't set the fastest first sector. Starting to see a few more people opting for the super softs now. Toussaint through the double right-hander, a little bit of a lock-up on the front right once again. As SDF has improved, gone up into 4th place on the soft tyres.
Many people selected now the supers.
Yeah, we're starting to see a lot more people opt for the super soft tyres. Toussaint opening up the DRS as he approaches the middle sector. He's gone fastest of anyone, almost a second up on his previous best as he approaches the stadium section now. He's going to want to keep it tight off the bumpy sausage curves on the inside. Does that nicely, hooks it up, doesn't get on the power too early. A little bit of another lock-up on the front right, might cost him a few tenths of a second, but through the final corner now, and comes across the line and sets a provisional pole time of 1 minute 25.7, the first person into the 1 minute 25s, and goes 6 tenths clear of Jetsy behind. So a good lap from Toussaint. A lot of people invalidating their laps. Tiger's up on his time, goes up into 7th place. 27.3, but might have a little bit more time to find. Obviously with the spin earlier, might have overcooked the rear tyres a little bit, but there's still plenty of time in this quali session to improve. 14.5 minutes to go, and it's a fairly close grid, especially up front and in the midfield. You've got to say 26 to 27 seem to be competitive times.
Hopefully we have good races then.
Yeah, definitely. With the long run down towards turn 1 and the DRS, the heavy braking point, definitely going to make or help overtaking around this track. See there, Ted using a very wide line through the middle sector. Is down on his time, so probably just using conserving his tyres. Might start another lap. Yellow's in the middle sector, but I think that's just someone slowing down or preparing themselves for a lap. I think it's Beza in the Trident, not the Trident car, the high-tech car. Does have a few cars coming through. I think that's DBD starting his, or about to start his lap. He's on an out lap just coming through now for the Uni Virtuous Racing team.
I see that Piero struggles a bit lock-ups, don't have a time yet.
Yeah, Pierre, you're a F1 teammate from last season.
Yeah.
All the way down in 15th. Your disappointment must be quite high for him, seeing him this far down. Hasn't set a lap yet though, but we'll keep an eye on him, see what the Frenchman can do. Opens up the DRS as he approaches.
He will surprise us.
It is he does go fastest in the final sector. In the middle sector, sorry, runs a little bit wide, doesn't invalidate his lap, is on the soft tyres interestingly, the top 8 all on the super softs. He's at one of 3 drivers to still be on the soft tyres. Comes around the final corner now, and it's a swooping right-hander before the line, but what is it going to be for Piero? It's going to be a 1:26.3 and goes into 2nd place, 5 tenths behind Toussaint on the soft tyres.
Nice.
That's a pretty good lap from him.
Yeah, told you he will surprise us.
So,
Snyder lost it.
Dan Snyder.
He didn't hit the wall.
Yeah, fortunately for him, hasn't got any damage, but good eye on that one. Spinning just before the DRS. I think he might have span with the DRS on, or maybe got a bit wide on the curb. And
his tyre's a bit cooked.
Yeah, might be into the pits this lap, and they might get them called down before he starts the lap. I think there's DBD coming through the stadium section now, so hopefully Dan moves over to the side. He's going to start a lap, so he won't interfere with his lap too much. But the DBD getting a little bit loose on the rear through the final corner now. Doesn't hit the wall, rides the curb nicely up to the line, and it's not going to. It is going to be an improvement. It improves by 1.5 tenths, but is still down in 14th place. Only 2 drivers yet to set a lap. Beza and Super Clean Racer. Beza seems to have invalidated his lap, well, I know he's come into the pits, but it seemed to be a decent lap from him before he invalidated it.
Snyder's 3 times up.
Yeah, Dan Snyder in the just coming through the second and the middle sector now. The double right-hander hooks up the second apex quite nicely. That'll give him a good run down towards the S's. Quite a well, it feels like an age when you're in this sector. There's a left followed by a right, a left, a right, and then another left before you open up the DRS down towards the stadium section. He's got the DRS open. Let's have a look at his middle sector here. It's 4/10 up. It's purple in the middle sector. On the purple super soft tyres for the Prima Racing team. Tiger's retired. That appears to be a manual retirement in the pit lane.
Jetsy is 7/10 up going into the stadium.
So let's keep an eye on Dan Snyder first as he comes across the line. Does improve by 3/10, goes up into second ahead of Piero. Here comes Jetsy now and has invalidated his lap. Would have been a 25.6. That would have put him on provisional pole position, but unfortunately invalidated his lap. And Piero has now fitted the super soft tyres. He did set his fastest time on the soft tyres, and actually a lot of the top runners set their fastest laps on the soft tyres. Dan Snyder and Toussaint, and the only two, well, the top two have gone on the super softs. Third towards seventh all in the softs, and the Tiger on the super softs has retired. I'm not sure why. Maybe he ran out of tyres and just doesn't think he can improve in his time, so hugely unfortunate for him. We'll be starting a minimum 8, or highest 8, sorry. Yellow flags. There seems to be someone off in the final sector. I think it's Wrigley Style, who's had a spin. Was 8/10 up on his time, but yeah, he appeared to be going very slowly through the stadium section. Won't be completing a competitive lap, but will set himself up for another flying lap attempt. And Dan Snyder's invalidated his time. Jetsy's also invalidated his time. On Wiggly Star will be setting another flying lap. Let's have a look. Who have we got on laps? We've got A6 is on a lap at the minute on the soft tyres. Driving the Carlin team. His teammate GT Racer. Down in 11th and 13th, the two teammates. So we'll just keep an eye, see if they can improve on their fastest times in this quali session at the minute. We've still got 8 minutes to go. This qualifying session does feel like it's gone on for quite a bit. Is 4/10 down on his time and has invalid, so that's hugely unfortunate for him. His GT Racer, his teammate, has also invalidated his time and won't be improving either, so hugely unfortunate for the Carlin team. Have a look and see. SDF is apparently 4/10 up on his time, even though he's only gone through turns 1, 2 and 3. Has gone purple in the first sector though on the super soft tyres, so keep an eye out on what time he does. I think that was Wiggly Style goes up into 4th place, improved by 5/10 to 26.3, so we're now starting to see some competitive times on the super softs. Keep an eye on SDF for the minute though for the BWT team. Through the very tricky S's section. Doesn't want to run wide or invalidate his lap. Opens the DRS. He's at 1.1 seconds up in the middle sector. This is looking good for a pole lap. Dan Snyder's also retired. That might have been, I think that's a manual retirement as well. His car just pulling off to the side of the track at turn 1. But here comes SDF now around the final corner. He is improving on his time. It's looking good for a provisional pole. But what's it going to be? It is provisional pole. 1 minute 24.9. Nice. Incredible lap from him. 1.8 seconds, sorry, quicker than Toussaint at the minute. So either that was a really quick lap, or the track is evolving rapidly here.
I think Toussaint has to go out now.
Yeah, definitely. Someone's coming out the pits. I'm not sure who it is. It appears to be I think that's a Trident. It's Beza coming out. Currently hasn't set a lap time at the minute, but it seems to be that we're getting a bit more activity in the pit lane, and I think that's Toussaint is out the pits now, or is coming down the pit lane at the minute. And yeah, he is. So Toussaint currently in second place. Is responding to the time that SDF has done at the minute. 24.9. Incredible lap from him. We'll just have to wait and see if that gets beaten in this qualifying session. But at the minute, 5 minutes to go, we've got two people who currently haven't set a lap. So maybe they need to get a little bit of a move on here and set a time here. Otherwise, they're going to be starting at the back. The stream seems to have lasted longer than the weekend league, so that's an amazing sign. It's been going for 25 minutes and I don't think we've had any issues, so that's really good to see that my hamster has improved its stamina and can run for more than 25 minutes. But Schneider and Jetsy have both retired. I'm not sure where Jetsy retired, but neither of those two are going to be improving on those times. Ted goes ahead of Tiger in this quali session. He improved by 1.6 seconds on his personal best to 27.3. Moves Ted up into 9th place. Driver in the Campos, not the Campos, the ART. And a really good lap from Ted in 9th place. He does have that 5-place grid penalty you pointed out earlier, so we'll be starting in 14th if he was to finish in 9th.
Toussaint starting a lap.
So yeah, Toussaint is on a lap. This is well, it says he's 1.1 seconds quicker than his personal best, but he's down the start-finish straight, so I'm going to completely ignore that. What that says, a bit of a lock up into turn 1, gone a little bit deep, and has invalidated his lap over the sausage curb of turn 2. So that's unfortunate for him. He's going to try and get around as quickly as possible. Maybe stick behind. I think this is GT Racer. Might try and get his slipstream in towards turn 1. He is down in 13th though, so I'm not sure if Toussaint's going to trust that he might catch up to GT Racer before he finishes his lap, but we'll have to wait and see how much he backs off. But 3.5 minutes left to go. DBD's invalidated his lap. We've got Pope and Wiggly Star on out laps, both in the dams. Pope starting his lap.
Bonnie is struggling a bit with track limb as he validates again. That's too bad, because he's an 11.
Yeah, down 11th. Currently 2.5 seconds off of SDF's time.
Beza, 4th.
And yeah, Beza finally setting in a lap time. It's put him up into 4th place. 25.990. So it's good enough for 4th. He's going to get time to do at least 2 more laps. But Beza in the high-tech car goes up into 4th place. Does invalidate though. Piero's also invalidated his time. Pope's invalidated his time. So we've got a lot of people struggling for track limits here. We've got GT Racer and A6 again invalidating their lap time. Yeah, definitely. Toussaint's invalidated his lap and is allowing traffic to go through. So it's gonna look like he's gonna get one more chance to try and knock SDF off of pole position, but let's try and find someone. ND's on an outlap at the minute.
Piero's 210s up, almost 3. Locks up.
As Ted's retired from the session. Bonnie Evil's retired from the session. I just asked in chat how's the stream quality because I thought mine stopped, but I had mine on pause. That is. But
Piero validated again.
Hopefully the stream quality is okay. Piero invalidating his time again. Currently in 6th place. We'll get enough time to do one more flying lap.
Oh, Wiggly got up in 2nd.
Yeah, Willie Star going ahead of Toussaint only by a tenth, but still 7 tenths behind SDF, so a really good lap from him. But a really good luck again from Wiggly, getting himself up into second place for the Dams team, ahead of Toussaint, who's coming to the pits, so he won't be improving on his time either. And not many people left on a lap. Bez is on a lap. Does he improve? He does improve and goes up into second place. So, well, we thought he was struggling with track limits, but when he put a lap together, it's good enough for second for him. Pierre is on a lap.
3.5 tenths up.
And GT Racer and ASIC both invalidating their final laps. I don't know why this game's got the AI and the driver select on the quick menu. That's really annoying. But yeah, both Carlins down in 13th and 14th. Both unis as well. I'm just going to call it both unis for now. Both Renaults if you want. Down in 15th and 16th. We do have DBD on a flying lap. Willie Styles
going into the stadium. He's 6 tenths up.
So 6 tenths up on his time. Is going to be good competitive time. Might need to find a bit more to get ahead of Wiggly or Beza, but here comes Piero now, coming through the final corner, down in 7th place at the minute. But where's it going to be for the Frenchman as he runs up to the line? It's good enough for second place. 25.3, not quite quick enough for pole position, but it's good enough for second place. Here comes Pope as well. Around the final corner, has had a little bit of traffic. He's actually going to try and overtake around the outside. DBD goes up into 6th place. That would have, I think, that would have got him ahead of Toussaint, maybe even Wiggly, if he didn't have to go round the uni car. But that is it for the qualifying session. The long 30 minutes are up, and Baza has rejoined the session. I didn't even realise he left. But you're qualifying for today's race, the first F2 race in Gavra Racing. We've got SDF on pole position, 4 points for pole. Piero in 2nd, Beza in 3rd, Wiggly Star in 4th, Toussaint in 5th, Pope in 6th, Dan Snyder in 7th, Jetsy in 8th, ND in 9th, Will Be Tiger in 10th, Bonnie in 11th, A6 in 12th, GT Racer in 13th, Ted will be in 14th but has a 5 place penalty, DBD in 15th, Super Clean Racer in 16th, and will round up the grid. Wasn't able to set a lap time, so struggling a little bit with track limits maybe. But there's the grid for today's race. Obviously we're gonna have a 50% feature race followed by a 50% sprint race where the top 8 will be reversed. So if you win the race, you'll be starting 8th place for the sprint race. Just waiting for the drivers now to pick their strategy, put fuel in or out the car, and then we should be ready to go. Maybe make a few adjustments to their setups if they've been struggling in qualifying, and then we should be ready to get this race underway.
Should we do a bet?
A bet? Who's going to win the race, or a podium prediction or something?
First corner.
Oh, it could be 4 wide with these cars coming into turn 1. It's going to be absolute carnage, especially in the midfield. The long run down towards turn 1, especially. But yeah, we could see ourselves 4 or even 5 wide maybe going into turn 1. But yeah, it's definitely going to be an interesting start, and we're going to see it twice as well because we've got 2 races, obviously the feature and the sprint race. Looking at the tyre strategies now, one person opting for the super soft tyres, and that's ND 123370. His teammates on pole position, the only one to opt for the super soft tyres, so an interesting strategy call from him. We'll want to get off to a good start in this race and make use of those super softs. And someone span on the formation lap. I think that's Jetsy, who's going backwards down towards turn 4, and a bit of a car park down this straight. But it's honestly quite amusing.
That looks cool.
Yeah, we should do it. These races should be done backwards as he spins the car around. But I don't know how that happened. Might have got on the power a little bit too early on the exit of turn 3, but I think that's the first time I've ever seen anyone backwards on the formation lap.
You haven't? You watch the stream pretty well then. Happened to me.
Oh, was that you in Italy? I think you... Was it...
No,
in Italy?
No, it wasn't me. No, that happened. No.
I remember now.
Yes, it was.
But Jetsy's getting disqualified. I don't know if there was contact with him. He's going too slowly on the formation lap.
No, he hit the back of the other car.
Okay, but yeah, the driver's now coming through the final corner, finishing the formation lap. Well, we know at least one person's warmed up their tyres significantly. Jetsy doing the lap backwards, spinning his car around. And what an awkward camera angle. Why so far away, game? This is the weirdest camera. We just appreciate how far we are away from the grid. There we go, that's much better. It'll be a good camera down towards turn 1. But yeah, the guys at the back just finishing the formation lap, rounding out the back of the grid, and got this awkward wait. You can hear the lights. It's 5 red lights, and it's lights out, and away we go. And it's a decent start from Beza, who's got himself up into second place. Toussaint as well. Ted dropping down at the back. It's already 3 wide in the middle between, I think that's Toussaint down and ND. He's got off to a good start on those super soft tyres. But it's going to be Beza who leads the way in towards turn 1. It's 3 wide, almost 4 wide between Toussaint and Pope. Piero's sticking the nose in there as well. But overall, a decent start from everyone. Dan Schneider's not off to the best of starts. He's dropped down the back a little bit. We've got the Unicars off to a good start. And there's someone on the grass. There's M plates going everywhere. Someone's taken out the 150 metre board down towards turn 5, but we've got the two Carlins going down, so going with there's contact between Wiggly and Pope. Wiggly's off into the grass. We've got ND round as well off the start. He's going to reverse onto the track, and he's hit Wiggly, I think. So that's hugely unfortunate for him. He's got a 5-second time penalty for it. The DBD running wide in the S's of turns 8 and 9. Going wheel to wheel with GT Racer, but a really chaotic start. Jetsy and Dan going wheel to wheel, 2 teammates into the stadium section. Jetsy going down the inside, and Dan has to conceal for second place for now. DBD losing a little bit of time to his teammate in GT. Tiger going wheel to wheel with GT Racer. He's not got off to the best of starts, down in 10th place. And we have
a bell on front. No.
And I think it's just the timing's glitching
again.
Yeah, thanks game. But,
I have no words.
But Jetsy's closing down on someone. He's going for a move down the inside. I don't know who it is because the timings are completely messed up, but he's got the move down the inside and is up into something. Ted and ND into the pits, so 2 cars with damage. A6 as well into the pits. Jetsy going wheel to wheel down the inside. I think it's his teammate. No, it's not his teammate. It's Bonnie Evil, I believe. Still gonna go wheel to wheel. A little bit of contact between the two, but no damage. We've got yellow flags. Bonnie Evil gets up. I think that's Tiger who span down at turn 4, and I think that's the 2nd or 3rd time that he's made a mistake. At the corner, Beza's round as well. Beza was up into 1st or 2nd place, but he's round. No damage.
Oh my god!
And Beza's retired. The timings still haven't fixed themselves as Bonnie Evil, Jetsy and Dan Schneider going wheel to wheel. Jetsy is maintaining well, I'm going to say 7th place, but it's not 7th. I think it's 6th place. I think it's think the timings have just fixed themselves, but
Yeah, we have
an
to
absolute
battle up
chaotic
front.
start.
Second or third. DRS is enabled, so let the fun begin.
Yeah, the DRS definitely going to make overtaking a lot easier down towards turn 1 and turn 4. Jetsy and Bonnie Evil going will towards turn 1. Jetsy on the inside line. Bonnie Evil's going to try and hold it around the outside of the Prima Racing car. Still going to go wheel to wheel. Jetsy picks up a 3-second time penalty. Here comes Dan Schneider as well. They're going to go 3 wide in the run down towards turn 4. Jetsy in the middle of this. Bonnie Evil on the inside. 3 wide in towards turn 4. Bonnie Evil backs out. Dan Schneider goes a little bit deep. Locks up. Jetsy's going to try and line himself up for a switchback move. Bonnie Evil might try and switch back on Jetsy. Late on the brakes. Down the inside. And gets moved down up into 6th place. A really good move from Bonnie and some clean racing.
That's a respect to each other. That's so nice to see.
Oh, Two Saints off. Two Saints made a mistake in the middle sector. I don't know if there was contact with him or Pope or one of the front runners, but he's lost it down at turn, I think that's turn 8 or 9, and it's dropped down to 8th place. His tyres are definitely going to be a little bit cooked. Here comes Jetsy on Bonnie Evil down the inside, forcing Bonnie just a little bit wide, but Jetsy, yeah, getting the move done up into 5th place, and what an absolute chaotic start to this spin. SDF has pulled out a 1.2 second gap to Piero behind, who's got a comfortable gap to Pope behind him. But yeah, absolute. It's been a weird start to say the least. We've got some spins, some collisions, and Beza being the only retirement. Here comes Bonnie Evil and Jetsy once again. Another move into turn 1. Doesn't decide to go for it. A little bit of a lock up from Jetsy. And these two battling has allowed Dan Schneider to pull a 1.8 second gap. Jetsy's not got the best of exits. Here comes Bonnie Evil now. And these two are going to go wheel to wheel and towards turn 4. And Bonnie gets the move done up into 5th place.
Oh, it's going a bit wide. I think that's going to be the whole race.
Yeah, we've got 20 laps here at Mexico. We've got another car around. I think that's DBD. Down in 12th place. He's gone off down at turn 3. But yeah, so we've got some had some really good people gained a lot of positions in the first lap. GT Racer up into 7th, Bonnie Evil up into 5th, Beza down 13 positions in last place after retiring. Here comes Two Saint. We'll be looking for a move on GT Racer. Doesn't decide to go for it into the stadium.
Close.
And Piero has closed in a 1.3 second gap on SDF, now down to 4/10.
Yeah. There's still a battle going on with Bonnie Evil and Jetsy, so keep an eye on that as well.
Well, is Piero close enough to make a move? He pulls over to the inside, doesn't decide to send one in towards turn 1, looking back for this battle for 5th place. Jetsy looking for a move on Bonnie Evil, and gets the move done before turn 1. Bonnie Evil has to concede the position.
There's yellow sector
I think
2.
it's Ted. It's got front left end plate damage. Two Saint getting ahead of GT Racer. They're going to go wheel to wheel in towards turn 1 and 2. Two Saint into a half spin after a little bit of contact. Is able to catch it well. But a little bit of contact between those two. And Pierre in the lead. SD are going wheel to wheel in towards the double right-hander in the middle sector. And Pierre not close enough to get the move done yet.
Oh, Jetsy sideways.
Jetsy getting a little bit loose on the rear. It's cost him a little bit of time to Bonnie Evil. Doesn't want to get outside of the DRS range. We do have ND going for a move on A6 for 12th place at the back here. Now just going to keep an eye on the battles up front as well. Jetsy going for a move on Bonnie Evil down the inside into the stadium section. No contact. Bonnie running a little bit wide, is able to defend the position for now, goes defensive to the inside, and leads into the stadium section around the final corner now. Piero's got a run. Piero's got the run on the BWT car. Round the outside in towards turn 1. Piero promotes himself up into the lead of the race. I think that's Tiger Round in the stadium section. He's lost it on the penultimate corner. I don't think there's wing damage. Jetsy's gone for a move on Bonnie. More yellow flags, and I think that's DBD off, and he's retired the car at turn 3. And Pierre was able to defend the lead going into turn 4. An absolute crazy start to this race.
Yeah. Hopefully the other race is a bit more clean, so the entire field can battle.
Yeah, the field has spread out quite quickly here. We've got kind of individual battles for the lead for 5th place, and Toussaint on a recovery drive after, I don't know if he lost it or whether there was contact, but losing the car in the middle sector. But yeah, I'll just get the tyres back up. Everyone on the soft tyres now. Ted gets a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. I think this is his 2nd time in the pits. It is. He's already come in once.
That's going to cost on fire.
As SDF now going to have the DRS and the slipstream in the run down towards turn 1. You can see how much time he's gaining in the straights. That time going down rapidly. It was 9/10. It's now only 3.
Like half a second.
Yeah, gaining so much time down the straights. His setup probably running a little bit less wings to Piero in front. But the slipstream definitely is powerful. Another car off in the middle sector. That's Tiger again doing donuts in the stadium section. Unfortunately for him, that's I think his third or 2nd spin. Yellow flags in the 1st sector. I think whoever that was has recovered. I think it might have been Bonnie Evil. She's dropped 2.2 seconds behind Jetsy now. There might have been a contact between the 2 cars. I'm not sure what happened there.
Sideways. Could be as well.
Ted picking up a 3-second time penalty for track limits. But
Pride is up front.
Yeah, our closest battle is now for the lead between SDF and Piero.
Piero can get out of that DRS range, then he's safe with his pace.
Yeah, definitely. Once you pull a 2nd on the car behind, then it's definitely going to benefit you without the slipstream and the DRS. But SDF is going to have the DRS now in the run down towards turn 1. Just keep an eye on the delta. It's 6/10.
He's going for the overtake.
5/10. He's probably going to have a decent chance here in towards turn 1. You can see on the front wing cam how much time he's gaining down the straight. Piero doesn't defend the inside line, and SDF is going to get the move done in towards turn 1. But I will have the DRS again. I think that's ASIC off. There's a race. There's a BWT M plate off in the middle sector. I think that's ND, who's got front left M plate damage. So there might have been contact between those 2. Piero goes a bit deep into turn 4, but SDF gets himself up into the lead of the race.
Tiger didn't spin around this time.
Tiger going through the actually pointing out that Tiger not spinning in the stadium section, currently 17.8 seconds behind Wiggly Style in front. But we might get a safety car in this race, which will help all those who have made mistakes come back into this race. And just speaking of Tiger quickly, picking up a 3-second time penalty. And I think penalties might stack up a little bit in this race. Obviously, turn 1 and 2 are pretty easy to cut. Piero drifting through the stadium section. Obviously, the middle sector, if you get one corner wrong, it's pretty easy to mess up and find yourself picking up a penalty. But here comes Piero now. He's a 2nd behind SDF. This is not what he wants. The DRS definitely going to help him close in on the straights, but he doesn't want to fall out of a 2nd. And that DRS only gaining him about 2/10, so maybe he's running more wing than SDF and is going to try and make up his time in the middle sector, the more technical, and the middle and final sector, the 2 technical sectors in this track. But you can just see the delta's not coming down as quickly as SDF was, so I think he's running less wing. We'll just keep an eye on the deltas in the middle sector. Here comes Super Clean Racer going for a late move on GT Racer. And there's contact, he's round, and he's hit a BWT. I don't know who that was. Was that the leader? No, it can't have been. He hit someone. I think it was ND, but it just didn't show me him when I was spectating. So, contact between...
he's on a lap. He's lapped.
Lapped cars, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find who that actually is who lost it. Oh, it's GT Racer. Sorry, who lost? Was it? No, it wasn't GT. No, it's Super Clean Racer. And ND, I think, is going to lap down. Yeah, he's 1 minute and 10 seconds behind Tiger. So has
Bonnie Evil and Toussaint. Well done.
Two Saints now been able to catch up to Bonnie Evil after his incident in the middle sector. Trident versus Campos here. And the gap at front is coming down now, 6-7 tenths. So I think I'm going to say Pierre's got more wings than SDF. He seems to be gaining a lot at the time in the middle and final sector. Here comes Toussaint now. Gaining and gaining with the help of the DRS and the slipstream. Down the start-finish straight isn't close enough though to move into turn 1. And Super Clean Racers into the pits to repair the front wing.
It's going to take him in 2 laps time, I think. And then he drives a little bit away.
Got another car up.
Jetsy, unfortunately.
Yellow flags in the first sector. I'm not sure who that was for. But whatever it is, it seems to have been cleared up. Black Country Mush saying in the chat, Dutch, you sound like Raikkonen.
Thank you.
But
many people say that, to be fair.
So yeah, boring, not much the same man. No, I'm joking. But Piero,
it's that I can't say everything. Yeah. I have to bite my tongue to say nothing. Don't challenge me.
We know we know the results of when people have challenged you in the past, especially in GT Sport. The outcomes of that. Piero gaining a lot of time on SDF in the middle and final sector. It's now 3 tenths, definitely going to put him under pressure. Toussaint keeping a consistent gap at 6 tenths to Bonnie Evil. Will be aided by the DRS, but here comes Piero now. We'll have the DRS on the exit of turn 3 to turn 4. So we're going to ride on board with the ART, and isn't close enough to get the move done at the minute. But Toussaint's going to be trying to set himself up for a move on Bonnie Evil.
Maybe the tyres of SDF are more...
Bonnie Evil's off and into the wall. That's a big crash for Bonnie Evil.
No.
And the safety car's been deployed, and that looked big from the spectator point of view. Just see a car swiping across the track. I think lost the rear on exit, and that's hugely unfortunate for Bonnie Evil. But a safety car definitely going to help the likes of Tiger, Super Clean Racer, who have picked up damage in this race.
Get the Super Son, give us the race.
Yeah. We've got some people coming into the pits, but yeah, this would be a great chance for people to pit and put the super softs on and have a fast finish towards the end. Are the leaders coming in? Yes, they are.
I think they are just on a killing point with the tires. But the tires were getting destroyed. So
that safety car coming out at a good time. Lap 12, 8 laps for the super softs. Well, it would be 5 or 6 depending on where the safety car comes in. Sorry. But somewhere Pope's being prepared a wing change, so he's got damage somewhere. This is a good chance for him to save it. Jetsy picking up a penalty for speeding in the pits.
That could be maybe the pace drop then. Hopefully he can join up top 3 for the battles.
Definitely. Pope is still in the pits to repair that front wing. That took him out of
Jetsy double stack.
Age.
He's ruined.
Jetsy double stacking. They're still not changing the tyres. And someone's got a drive through. Super Clean Race has got a drive through for speeding under the safety car. Those are the penalties for you. So you can see who's got what. We've got 3 seconds up front. Pope, the only one without a penalty at the minute, could stand himself a good chance of some good points. But everyone onto the super softs. GT Racer and Wiggly Style on a set of soft tyres. So I don't know if they've already used super softs and they want to go to the softs, or I'm not sure. But yeah, they're now onto the soft tyres. and I'm sure everyone will be more than capable of going to the end of the race. Thank you to all 24 people watching. I can now read what people are saying in the chat. Born Evil saying that she dropped on exit and the lull has happened. I didn't say the lull actually, but
no, we didn't.
yeah, but yeah, so you can't use that as an excuse this I'm afraid. Bez is saying
to say it.
because he will. Bez is saying sorry for the start, massively lagged. His internet seems to be back though. I know what it's like to disconnect and lag and have bad internet, so with you on that one. Surprised the stream's actually still going after 13 laps. So it's good to see that my internet is stable for once. So yeah, 3 people retiring from the start. Well, from in this race. Better on the opening lap. DBD span at turn 2, I think, or turn 3. Chose to manually retire the car, and then Bod Evil lost it on the exit of turn 3. Had a huge crash. Went flying into the barriers and lost front tyres. But down to 13 runners. And if it was to finish as it is, we're going to have GT Racer on pole position for the next race. Obviously with a sprint race, the top 8 will be reversed grid starts. So definitely going to make the second race interesting.
Now we have Essex between number 2 and 3. That will be risky as well.
Yes.
Oh, he didn't pit.
Ted as well in 12th, behind Dan Schneider. So
yeah,
it's definitely going to make the restart interesting. It's going to be kind of not tough to get out of the way because obviously it's a massive long straight towards turn 1, but it's not going to help the likes of Dan Schneider closing on Piero. And Piero's got a 5-second penalty for a collision with SDF. That could be removed from the stewards after if it's one of those stupid safety car penalties.
Glitchy things.
Yeah.
I keep saying a best game ever.
Do you remember when the safety car was so broken at the start of this game? When Ted's into the
People
pits.
say it still is.
Yeah, it has its moments, and those moments happen often, unfortunately.
I would also can't understand that some people don't keep the distance.
Yeah, but I was going to say some people have kept their distances. We've got GT Racer casually running 17 seconds behind Tiger. Did come into the pits though, so we'll be closing down that gap. Just waiting on 4 more drivers to catch the pack. Super Clean Racer has dropped quite far behind the safety car somehow. I don't know if he's got a Delta, but looking at the telemetry, it appears that it looks like he's stuck to a Delta.
Who is?
Super Clean Racer. Just looking at his telemetry, it looks like he's stuck to a Delta. He's not going full throttle down the straights and is, well, a minute behind everyone else. So that's... I don't know if that's the game or whether he... it's got to be the game, surely, if he's not
probably
accelerating as much. So that's going to be hugely unfortunate for him.
Maybe we're going to have a restart this lap. Yes, it's going in.
Safety car in this lap. SDF now backing up the field, going into the stadium section. Started on pole. Those are quickly the position changes in this race. You can see the top 2 not changing to say maintaining his 5th place. It's been a good start from Dan Schneider, going up 4 places in this race. SDF slowing the field down. And this hopefully is going to be a good restart. Someone asking quickly what time will the second GT Sport be at? Likely to be 6 and 8 o'clock UK. and SDF has gone now. The safety car's still on track though. Hang on a minute.
No, I'm not gonna say it.
That's a first for me. Two Saints dropped down to 8th. Migrating host.
Oh god.
Two Saints left the session. Are we having a restart? There's oh no. The safety car has now become a race. So we've got the safety car leading the race.
Yeah.
I was about to say that SDF comes around the final corner, hasn't kept Piero napping, but and then the camera angle just showed the safety car. This game.
Yeah. I'm speechless.
The safety car hasn't got its lights on either, so.
No. I think it will be broken. I think safety car will stay out. It's broken.
We made it so far. We 75% through the race. Two Saints joined back.
It won't change. I think that the lobby is stuck. Well, we're going to have a safety car finish.
So this is going to be a very boring 5 laps, I feel. But maybe the safety car might come in this lap if it, because you know how sometimes it's called in really late. It might have just got the warning, like the safety car in this lap. I don't know.
I don't have faith in it. Nope.
Unfortunately, we can't spectate the safety car, but we'll have to. Let's have a wait and see. So the first race of
it's going in. He's going in.
Is it going in?
It's going in. Yes.
It's in. There we go. We're back racing. Huge and unfortunate for Two Saints. It's dropped down to 9th place as the Deltas are gonna fix themselves at the minute, but it's a long slipstream train down towards turn 1. GT Racer's got a good start on Tiger. Tiger's already 2.5 seconds behind Jetsy. GT Racer going for a move down the inside of Tiger, leaves him enough room but squeezes him over to the outside. That's the move done up into 7th place. A6 getting ahead of Ted in towards turn 1. Ted has pulled over to the side of the track.
Black Country was saying for podium, but I don't see that happen. Sorry.
Yeah, Two Saints down in 8th place. Is got to close in quite a hefty gap to get back up to the to where the leaders are.
Yeah, the top 3 are close. 4 almost.
Yeah, Dan Schneider doing well to keep with Piero off the restart. Yellow's into the middle sector. Someone's round, but who is it? I think it's ND, not too sure who was round, but there were yellow flags. We've got super clean racers.
Ted lost
Ted.
spin around.
Ted
You
doing
know
a
that
little
song? Ted does.
But it's just like that moment where that F2 car, that the Mercedes one in F2 pulled up to the front place finish on the grid because I can't remember what happened. I think it was in Belgium. So Bears are rightly putting that in the chat. It's always a Mercedes winning, even in F2.
Yeah. Come on, Piero. Get him.
Here comes Piero, encouraged by his teammate Playdachi, as he's going to look for it down the inside, not later on the brakes, and might set himself up for turn 4. Here it comes. Doesn't have the DRS just yet. But will tuck in the slipstream, is gaining ever so slightly, but isn't quite close enough to go for a move on SDF at the minute. We've got Two Saints closing in on his, oh no, sorry, Tiger closing in on GT Racer, yeah. But not close enough for him to get a move. GT Racer doing very well in this race. Started somewhat near towards the back of the field, is up into 6th place. Dan Schneider dropping a little bit off the back of Piero. The gap opening up to 9/10 at the minute. Someone asking if SDF uses ABS. I have no idea.
It looks like it because it doesn't lock up. And if you look at Piero locks up. That's the difference with these cars. They really lock up that fast. That's annoying to drive, but yeah. big respect for the people that have it off, to be fair.
Yeah, I think ABS is allowed, but I think the majority of people have got it off here. I've seen quite a few lockups, especially in the quali session. But Pope is getting close to Darren Schneider. Piero close to SDF as well. Not close enough to make a move though. Will Pope go for one on Darren Schneider? Not close enough either for the Downs teams to get a move down in towards turn 1.
Well, if Pope stays in that 3 seconds, then he has to win.
Yeah, definitely. It's Piero, 16-second time penalties.
Yeah, I think you have to take that 10 seconds off.
Yeah, a few of them were from the safety car, so
lucky moments.
I think he got one as well for ignoring yellow flags when the safety car glitched. So he's only got 6 seconds to be fair. So yeah, that'll be looked at by the stewards after the race. And points and penalties will be awarded / removed fairly. But Piero's gained a lot of time on the middle sector, now 2 tenths behind the BWT car, setting the fastest middle sector, and has definitely got his head down in the ART, and will be looking for a move. Toussaint getting ahead of his teammate. Might have been team orders, not too sure. We've got a nice train here behind GT Racer. 5-car train. It's kind of a Carlin sandwich here, even though A6 is a lap down, but Skynov is still involved in this battle. Is able to keep up with him, and here comes Piero now.
Side by side.
Try and go for a move round the outside. Not enough room to go for the move, but will line himself up in the run down towards turn 4. Opens up the DRS. We've got Toussaint going for a move on GT Racer as well. Both locking up, going late onto the brakes. Toussaint being forced wide. Piero doesn't go for a move on the leader, but it's carnage here in the midfield, and there's been a massive crash.
No.
GT Racer completely coming across the track, hitting Toussaint, and I think he's got damage.
He's a bit unlucky.
Toussaint hugely unfortunate in this race, but he is on pole position for the next one.
Are we going to have a lull for the last 2 laps?
Now that you've said it. But Piero's gaining a lot of time here through the middle sector.
Yeah,
he's going wheel to wheel with the DRS for the lead of the race with only 2 laps to go. Sends a move down the inside of SDF, and going to go wheel to wheel, and SDF backs off. And that's Piero up into the lead of the race. But I don't know what GT Race was doing. He might have lost the rear maybe. It was so hard to see. But obviously with these F2 cars they react a lot differently to F1. So, but yeah. Might have been the old.
Had to wait for the DRS.
Could have been the old 2015 side pod glitch, but here comes SDF going for a move on Piero in towards turn 1. Gets the move done
Pope
before the corner. Pope as well getting up into 3rd place, but Toussaint, despite getting caught up in that collision, has got plenty of time to pit and repair the wing and be on pole position for the next race. Piero obviously doesn't have the DRS because SDF has the DRS, sets the fastest first sector.
Come on, you will get it.
And we're on to the last lap of this race. That's gone pretty quickly since the safety car restarted. And it's all to fight for. Luckily for Toussaint, it's the final lap, so he won't have to come into the pits, but does have a minute behind. So as long as he can keep it onto the track, on the track, if I can speak, he should be able to keep 8th place. But Piero's only got a few corners to try something for the lead. It's going to have to be some almighty dive bomb. A lock up into the stadium section. It's been a good run, but not close enough to send one down the inside. It's going to have to be a mistake from SDF to get this one. But it's around the final corner from pole position. It's going to be SDF who wins this race. On track, Piero in 2nd, but Pope will come around the final corner and get second place. Doesn't quite get it on penalties, but I could have sworn he was in the range.
Yeah, but I thought SDF had a 3-second penalty.
Yeah, so did I.
No, this game is broken.
Mate, I think the safety car's completely messed up a lot of things. Piero dropping down to 5th, but will probably get 2nd or 3rd. I think 3rd, depending on how much penalties he gets removed. I think it's 10 seconds for Piero. Jetsi in 6th. Tiger in 7th, Toussaint in 8th, Super Clean Racer in 9th, A6 in 10th, Ted in 11th, and Andy in 12th. And Toussaint getting caught up in that accident. I don't know how he didn't lose a wheel in that crash. Will be starting on pole position for the next race.
Well, to be fair, Ted did okay after those drifts, don't it?
Yeah, Ted opting for rallying and drifting rather than racing in this race. But yeah, was able to get 11th place, and obviously the F2 cars handle a lot differently to the F1 or GT Sport cars, so maybe just getting used to them in the first race. 4 retirements: GT Racer, Bon Evil, DBD and Beza are the 2 non-finishers in the race.
I'm going to look at it, Rick. Rick Holder asked that Pope get a penalty in the last corner, so I'll take a look.
He might have done. I have to wait and see, but they are your top 3 finishers today. I've completely forgot who won. SDF winning.
Oh, he does.
Did he got a penalty in the final sector?
No, I see 3 warnings, but not a penalty.
No. So
yeah, and SDF had a penalty, so I don't get it why this happened.
So it's really weird then. Yeah, Pope not getting a penalty.
No.
And SDF had 3 seconds, so...
well, he was 2.7s behind them, so...
Yeah, I'm sure you and your other fellow stewards will be reviewing that after the race, but yeah, crazy race. And that was only the sprint race. Feature race, sorry, we've still got another 50% to go. I think this one's only 15 laps as it's a sprint race, but yeah, really good drive from SDF, winning on track. Pope might have won it in the end. Piero with a 16-second time penalty, but will probably get 10 seconds removed of that in the end. I think that puts him in 4th, maybe. I'm not sure. I'm sure you guys will.
Yeah, we will sort it out.
Sort all the finishing positions out. But now on to the sprint race. Slightly reduced 50% race. Top 8 reverse grid. And
yeah, we lost Dan. I saw he left, but doesn't he know we have a second one?
I'm not sure he did, to be fair. I think a few people have left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So we've lost 2 people. One of them being Pope. The other is, I think, Dan Schneider.
Oh, Dan Schneider's game froze. Record.
And he's joined back. So I'm not sure if that's going to put him on the grid.
I hope so. I hope it does. But I'm afraid it doesn't, because yeah, we all know how this game is.
So just waiting for the drivers to be put on the grid, and by the looks of things none of them have readied up, which means we might have a lobby glitch again.
Oh my god. Well, I think we better can do. Oh, there we go.
And Dan Snyder's in at least. Pope's in as well. So we're back to 16 drivers.
Oh, this is good. Okay.
Tiger. Tiger's already gone into the grass on the formation lap.
Don't you forget to put your settings up again.
Ooh, yes. Hopefully everyone's got their setups on, otherwise they're going to struggle a lot. Everyone opting for the soft tyres for the start of this race. 14 laps, not 15, I was wrong, sorry. Beza and A6 have been disqualified, probably for collisions, but yeah, their tyres are going to be stone cold for the start of this race. Pope's joined the session back. That's good to see. Should have everyone back in the lobby, I think.
I hope he can jump in his car before the race starts.
Yeah, Dan Snyder's not in his car either. I don't think he's got the red X above his name. Pope still has a red X. I'm not sure if he's been able to jump back in. I think they're in the process of jumping back in. I think they are in the lobby, I think.
Dan Snyder has the X, Pope as well. Maybe it's fixed if the race starts, that it's showing us that they are there.
Yeah, they should hopefully be able to take over for the start of this race. But too late now, comes around the final corner and parks his car on pole position for the second race, a sprint race, 14 laps.
Super clean races on AI mode. I don't know why. Oh, he's off. He's now controlling.
Everyone has taken their grid slots and just waiting for those 5 red lights to turn on for the start of the second race. They definitely are taking their time. I hope the race director hasn't fallen asleep or something, but we're still waiting for the lights.
Yeah, someone has a question for you.
I'll have a look at that now, sorry.
The game keeps us waiting.
Classic Codemasters. Oh dear, this is...
Yep. This is a restart.
Yeah, probably. What was the question? I couldn't see it before.
Not the F1 commentator.
Yep, that's me.
Yes. Why does this happen all the time? Why?
Yeah, it looks like Dan Snyder and Pope have both joined back. They are said to be on AI mode, so I think they're in the process of joining, maybe. I think that could be why. But this game is...
Yes, I am Scout Dan. And Dan. Strange, isn't it?
Hmm. 2 Saints left, so I think it's a new lobby. Hooray!
So have a little bit of patience, people. So we're going to jump the new...
Rick Hart saying Dan Snyder has the glitch where it says he's on the formation lap. Yeah, I think
great.
That's what happened. I think it's when someone... Okay, my game's crashed. So that's probably going to stop the stream, so goodbye guys.